How to release weight without changing your diet. If you're new here, hey, I'm Healthy Emmie. I'm a nutritionist, a weight loss specialist, the creator of the Slim program, and I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how your body reacts when you change one simple thing. But before I do that, I have to let you know that I'm running a free 5-day sleep challenge, and you're going to want to join this challenge not because the only reason being that you're going to get a ton of incredible information, but also because the winner of the sleep challenge is going to win a night in a hotel to sleep on an incredible smart mattress. Get the best sleep of your life. So you can click the link in the description bar to join the free 5-day sleep challenge and hopefully win that night in a hotel. So the one thing that we need to change in order for you to release weight without having to focus on diet is mastering your sleep. Sleep is the most underrated tool when it comes to achieving and maintaining an ideal weight. When your sleep is disrupted, your entire metabolic system is disrupted as well. Let me tell you why. First, let's talk about leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is the hormone that makes you feel full and satisfied, and ghrelin is the hormone that makes you feel hungry. When you sleep adequate amounts, your leptin and ghrelin levels regulate. Leptin, being the fullness hormone, increases when you sleep adequate amounts, and ghrelin, the hunger hormone, decreases. Now, not only do these become dysregulated when you don't sleep enough, but it's your absolute nightmare. When you don't sleep enough, here's what happens. Your leptin levels, remember that's the hormone that makes you feel full and satisfied, those decrease. They're in the basement. And your ghrelin levels, which is the hormone that makes you feel hungry, those increase when you don't sleep enough. So what does that mean for you? It means that you could be eating a super healthy diet, but on average, people who are sleep deprived are eating an extra about 300 calories a day. So even if it's healthy, that extra 300 calories is gonna add up. Let's do the math on it. Let's say that you are eating an extra 300 calories per day, more than your body truly needs. Because a pound of fat is about 3,500 calories, this means that about every 2 weeks, you could gain 1 pound just because you're sleep deprived. It also means that in about 4 months, you could gain 10 pounds. You haven't changed your diet at all, but you haven't slept enough. And because you haven't slept enough and your leptin and ghrelin levels have been dysregulated, you're eating an extra 300 calories a day. Again, it could be from healthy foods, but those calories are going to add up. In 4 months, you've gained 10 pounds. So what does this mean for if you get adequate sleep? It means that you could be sitting well above where your body wants to be, but when you are getting adequate sleep, those extra 300 calories aren't going to be a part of your day, which means the exact opposite is going to happen here. You're not going to gain a pound in 2 weeks. You're going to lose a pound in 2 weeks. And in 4 months, you're not going to gain 10 pounds. You're going to lose 10 pounds. You didn't even have to change your diet. All you did was regulate your sleep, which ensured that these hormones were regulated and that you weren't eating more than your body truly needs. There are a few other factors that are going to influence this as well. The next one I'd like to talk about is the hormone insulin. This is going to shock you. So insulin is a fat storage hormone. The more insulin your body releases, the more fat your body is going to store. Remember, the role of insulin is to drive energy into the cells. And if we have a ton of insulin, that means a ton of energy is being driven into the cells. That's more energy than our body truly needs. Stored energy is fat. So you want to keep your insulin low. Specifically, you want to be what's called insulin sensitive. You don't want to be insulin resistant. When you're insulin resistant, this means that your body needs to release a lot of insulin in order to drive energy into the cells. And insulin being a fat storage hormone, this is going to cause some problems. Now, what I'm going to tell you, you're not going to like to hear, which is that after just one night of poor sleep, you become a little bit more, what is going on with this marker? Insulin resistant. So when you don't sleep enough, your insulin resistance increases. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. Your fat storing ability increases. But the good news is that the more you sleep and the more you repair your sleep, that insulin resistance is going to decrease and your insulin sensitivity is going to increase, which means your body will be less likely to hold on to fat. Hey, very quickly, since we're on the topic of metabolism and inflammation, what's going to help you regulate your metabolism? Vitamin B12. If you're on a plant-based diet, you have to supplement with it. This is my supplement, clean, vegan, premium ingredients, linked in the down bar. Don't miss out. And vitamin D. It is shown that low vitamin D levels is directly linked to inflammation. So if you are deficient in vitamin D, which 43% of the population is estimated to be deficient in this, inflammation is probably going to be a co-occurring reality that you're dealing with. So get these linked in the description bar. Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot to add one. Forgot to add a super important hormone here, which is cortisol. So I will talk about that as well. But first, let's talk about what happens to your digestion when you don't sleep enough. So we have a gut microbiome. We have a bunch of bacteria that live in our gut, and they're living real organisms. They have their own circadian rhythms. I'm going to say that again. The bacteria in our gut has their own circadian rhythms. So when our circadian rhythm is disrupted, the gut bacteria doesn't like that because it says, hey, we run on a schedule too, and our schedule is aligned with yours. So if yours is all over the place, ours is going to be all over the place too. So when you don't sleep enough, it slows your digestion. So I'm going to write motility here. Okay, now the marker has come out to play, and increases bloating. You have around 10 pounds of stool in you right now watching this video. I know. So if you have decreased motility, then that is going to build up, and that's why the number on the scale proves to be so high, because you're just holding on to all the food that you're eating. When you don't sleep enough, another thing that happens is cortisol increases. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So a couple of things happen here. First, more cortisol means increased belly fat, but additionally, cortisol being the stress hormone is going to trigger things like emotional eating. So you're a lot more prone to emotional eating when your cortisol levels are high versus when your cortisol levels are low and you feel calm and stable and grounded, you're a lot less likely to engage in that emotional eating. So let's look at the full picture here. First, when you don't sleep enough, your leptin levels, which make you feel full, go down, and your ghrelin levels, which make you feel hungry, increase. On average, you're going to be eating about 300 extra calories a day, which over the next 4 months could have you up 10 pounds. On top of that, insulin resistance is going to increase, which means your body's ability to store fat increases, and the likelihood that your body is going to effortlessly release fat decreases. Your digestion slows down, you're more prone to bloating and inflammation within the gut, and your cortisol levels are going up too, which increases fat storage and the likelihood that you're gonna stress eat and emotionally eat. So what do we do with all this information? Where do you go from here? Well, you visit the link in my description and you do the free 5-day sleep challenge. What do you have to lose besides excess inflammation and weight? Click the link in the description bar, join that 5 free day challenge, and I'll see you, honeys, in my next video.